Hola chicos, welcome to Spanish Lessons with Seba. Today we're going to discuss the future. As you know, or you might not remember, there are two kinds of future in Spanish as it is in English. There is the immediate future and there is a future future. What is the difference? The immediate future, I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to, it's the immediate future. I will drink some coffee will be the future. So you already know how to use the immediate future in Spanish. So now we're going to learn how to use the future. So in order to do that, let's pretend that in the future, the rabbits will create a civilization and will go into the space. Can you imagine that? All right. So the rabbit went into the space and he's going to learn how to use the future tense in Spanish. All right, so in Spanish, there are three kinds of verbs. The verbs that end on AR, the verbs that end on ER, and the verbs that end on IR. So the good news is that for the future, all of them will be the same. They are going to use exactly the same conjugation for AR, ER, and IR. And that is not all. Another good news is that for present conjugation and for many others, you are taking a verb, let's say hablar, to speak. You remove the ending that ends on AR and then you add the endings to the root of the verb. Not difficult, but it requires some time. So for this conjugation, you are going to add the ending right to the infinitive form, which means that it will include the ending of the verb. So you will add the endings to the complete verb, not just to the root of the verb. So I already mentioned that future tense is going to be not he is going to travel. That is the immediate future, and we're not going to deal with it right now. You already have seen it, and if not, you will see possibly my video on the channel that explains it. But this time we're going to deal with the future when you, instead of going to, you're going to change the verb itself. So he will travel. How do you say that? You probably know that he will be él with the accent mark, and it is optional because in Spanish the subject pronoun is always optional since Spanish is the language of freedom. Will travel. How do you say travel? Oh, you know that it is viajar. Similar to English word voyage. Viajar ends on AR, and you know that we are not going to remove that, but instead we are going to go to this little table, we're going to learn it by heart, and we're going to choose this conjugation. Why? Because he is the third person singular. So él viajará, which means he will travel. Yeah? So you can skip or you can use the subject pronoun. It is your choice because the Spanish is the language of freedom. But él viajará. Note that you could say viajará in one word, and it is a complete sentence because you have implied subject pronoun. Yeah. So for yo, it will be viajaré. For tú, viajarás. For él, ella, usted, viajará. Nosotros, we, viajaremos. Vosotros, you, plural, only in Spain, viajaréis. And ustedes and ellos and ellas, you, plural, and they will be viajarán. So it will be I will travel, you will travel, informal. He, she will travel. You, sir, you, madam will travel. We will travel. You, plural, only in Spain, will travel. And you will travel and they will travel. Note that viajaréis is completely correct and legitimate conjugation. It's just used only in Spain. It's not used in Latin America. But you probably should know it since many good books written with the same conjugation, and it is part of the beautiful Spanish language. All right, so let's go back to our rabbits that are conquering the space. We have here urgent news. Noticias urgentes. The rabbit went into the space and met Martian, let's say. And the Martian gave to the rabbit a carrot as a welcome gift. So we have here, una pequeña zanahoria representa un gran salto para todos los conejos del mundo. A little carrot, zanahoria is carrot, represents a great leap for all the rabbits of the world. So in this case, you are not using the future, but that little event will do what? It will bring a lot of changes in the future for the civilization of the rabbits. So you have here the present. El primer conejo recibe una zanahoria en el planeta Marte. The first rabbit receives a carrot on the planet Mars. Muchos conejos recibirán muchas zanahorias en el futuro. Many rabbits will receive many carrots in the future. Note, you conjugate the verb. Recibir, you see it here in the present, you see it here in the future. Note that the whole verb infinitive is here, and then you add the ending to it. What is the ending? The ending is an with the accent mark. You will not forget the accent mark because it is the plural third person. They. Who they? The rabbits. Okay, here we have los conejos comerán muchas zanahorias. The rabbits will eat many carrots. Los conejos conquistarán el espacio. Can you figure out the infinitive for those verbs? Probably you can. The infinitive here will be comer, which means to eat, and the infinitive here will be conquistar, which will be to conquer. So for the plural, you will say comerán and conquistarán. So it's incredibly easy conjugation. The only thing you need to do is to memorize the endings and to memorize a few irregular verbs that do exist, not many. You can do it easily, and then we're ready. So these ones are the usual suspects. They are the irregular verbs. Salir, to go out or to leave. So the root, instead of salir and then you add the ending, will be working, this verb will be working with the root saldr. That's why it is irregular. So you remember that it's saldr, and then if you will say I will go out, you will put the ending to that root. So it will be saldré. Saldré means I will go out, I will leave. And of course, the same endings will be working for all subject pronouns. Saldré, saldrás, saldrá, saldremos, saldrán, so forth. Venir, to come. Again, you're going to add the endings, not to the venir, the infinitive, but you will add it to the bender, and then you will create your future from this root. Okay, poner, to put, and the root will be ponder. Tener, to have, and the root will be tender. Poder, to be able to, can, and the root will be ponder. Querer, to want, to love, and the root will be quer. Saber it is one of the verbs to know, means to know the information, and the root will be sabr. And then hacer, it is to do and to make, and the root will be ar. And then you have haber, which is mostly working as the auxiliary verb to create special past tenses, as I have eaten, I have seen, I have been, and the root will be abr. And then finally you have decir, to say, and the root will be dir. So if you memorize a few major irregular verbs plus the endings, you can conjugate any Spanish verb in the future tense. And then maybe, possibly, in the future, the rabbits and the Martians, they will be friends. They will sit under the stars, watch the starry sky, and eat beautiful carrots. I hope this lesson was useful to you. I hope you learned how to deal with the future. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to write to me, and I can record a new practice for you to improve your future tense or any other tenses that you might need in order to learn Spanish. Ciao, pescado.